Hey everybody. Well, sometimes I like to, show some amazing insight or vision. There will be no such thing here. This is murky as can be. I'm recording this on Monday afternoon. Tuesday could be a total bore. I don't know, because we're all sitting around waiting for Wednesday. So we might have 1 2/3 trading days sitting around left, and then all holy hell breaks loose. It's an incredibly important FOMC because I think Powell will show his true stripes one way or the other. But at the moment, I've got a mess to show you. Let's just go through these dozen indexes and just share a few words about each in the alphabetical order of the symbol itself. Here's the NASDAQ composite, which had been very, very strong in January. Then it lost well more than half of that. And welcome to Murk. I don't know what to tell you about this. I know I could throw all kinds of indicators up to try to tease out something, but this is just, we're in no man's land. We're just basically in the middle of a huge range. And I'm afraid some of these are just like that. The Dow Industrial, we've got a little bit of guidance here insofar as this line had been resistance for a long time, and now it seems to be serving as support, like so. NASDAQ 100, not surprisingly, very similar to the ComQ. And again, between major support down here and major resistance up here, right at the 50% mark, just about. Here's the S&P 100. I feel so sad giving you all this total question mark, but it is what it is. The threat here to the bears would be a break of this trend line, but that's going to take a little bit of doing. You can see we have been getting some strength here. We've got, the big low here, and then a higher low and a higher low, but no breakout as of yet. Russell 2000, been quite weak, and given this range, which is defined very cleanly by the Fibonacci retracements, we're rather on the low end of that. So for the bulls out there, the market is relatively cheap, in quotes, based on this range. The Semiconductor index is very, very strong, and we've got kind of a face-off going here between this topping pattern and this basing pattern. We're pretty much smack dab in the middle of those opponents. The S&P 500, which I'm always most interested in. We've got our Fibonacci retracement setups here. We've got our double super thick wall of support, which we tested beautifully a couple of Mondays ago. And we're now beneath this very important broken trend line. So once again, tremendous support here, tremendous resistance up here. The Dow Transport is finally something that's somewhat clean. This is an honest to goodness break. This is the anchor back to the September 27 low, and it's clean as can be. We broke it, we tested it beautifully, almost to the penny, and now we're weakening. Dow Utilities, I don't know, kind of a big fat mess, looking kind of toppy. If you look at this, you can definitely see the lower highs and the lower lows. So there's definitely kind of a bouncing rubber ball happening right there with waning momentum. A very different critter here is the VIX, of course, very different type of thing to look at. And for the bears out there, I will say this is rather battered now. We certainly haven't had like one big giant juicy panic as of yet. We managed to cross just a touch above 30 on the 13th, but on the whole, we're just hammered down into the mid-20s these days. So we definitely have not had one of these or these or these or these. Maybe it's warming up for something there. XMI, kind of a bore again. And the last one, somewhat clear, the oil index. We've got this broken pattern here, which is augmented by this, and this top is not, this line here is not engraved in gold. We could easily push past it. I've simply anchored it to this low. It's very low value. In fact, if I was going to be more conservative, it really belongs more like there. So I think I'll just leave it there. That's a more appropriate place to put resistance. But Small losing day for me Monday, kind of a drag, but oh well. And like I said, fairly conservative, about 20% cash right now, and just kind of holding back till Powell does this thing on Wednesday. So fingers crossed, everybody.